Somewhere there's a city full of restless neon light. Somewhere there's a farmer saying prayers at night. Somewhere there's a mother rocking worries in a chair. And somewhere there's a stranger who thinks no one cares. Across the oceans wider than the words we tend to say, people chase tomorrow in 1,000 different ways. We fight, we fall, we stumble, trying hard to understand how one small heart can hold the weight of all we plan. But when the day grows tired and the noise begins to fade, the world becomes a little less afraid. We're under the same sky, every prayer, every tear, every question why the stars don't draw a border. The moon won't take a side. It shines on every lonely soul that's learning how to try. No matter where we wander or how the years go by, we're walking through this life under the same sky. A soldier writes a letter he may never get to send. A child builds a castle that the waves will surely end. A preacher lights a candle, a singer writes a tune. And somewhere love is starting in the quiet of a room. We share the fragile stories that only hearts can tell. Different roads and rivers, but the same wishing well. We're under the same sky. Storms will come and drift away, and so will we in time. But every storm that breaks apart will leave a clearer light, and every broken heart will still keep reaching for what's right. So when you feel forgotten, lift your eyes up high. Remember, you and I are under the same sky. Maybe peace begins with a single honest hand, reaching past the fences built by fear and sand. Maybe hope is born when we finally realize there's more to us than all our different sides. Look up tonight, you'll see what I see too. We're under the same sky, not perfect, never certain, but we still get by. And every star that flickers is a whisper from above, saying we are bound together by a quiet kind of love. So even when the road is long and days go rushing by, we'll find our way under the same sky. The fire turns to embers, the night grows calm and wide. Somehow it feels enough to simply be alive. and the night is white. Starlight lamps hanging high. We trade our stories, slow and kind, about the dreams we left behind. The wind knows names we used to say, and carries them so far away. But sitting here, they all feel near, like they never slid from here. All the roads that bent and turned, every lesson softly burned, leads us back to where we started. Not lost, just open-hearted. These are the whispers of the open sky, telling us to live, not just get by. Every mile, every tear we cried, brought us closer to the fire tonight. We don't need answers, we don't need why, just the whisper of the open sky. Ashes glow like memories do, fading slow, but warm and true. We talk of love we couldn't save, and promises we never gave. But here we are, with nothing planned, just borrowed time and borrowed hands. In the quiet, truth feels small, and somehow that explains it all. We chase tomorrow, I'll trend the past, never knowing what would last, till the silence wrapped around us, gentle, deep, and boundless. These are the whispers of the open sky, telling us to live, not just get by. Every mile, every tear we cried, brought us closer to the fire tonight. We don't need answers, we don't need why, just the whispers of the open sky. Maybe someday we'll drift apart, carry this night inside our hearts. But when the world feels loud and wrong, we'll hear this distant quiet song and know we're still the ones we were, just braver now and kinder sure. These are the whispers of the open sky, holding us steady as the hours fly. If tomorrow calls, we'll say goodbye, but tonight let the world pass by. We don't need maps, we don't need signs, just the whispers of the open sky. Fire sinks low, the dawn is near, but somehow everything feels clear. The gravel road still leads past the broken wooden gate, where mornings smell like biscuits and the screen door never stayed. Grandpa's chair is empty, but it creaks like he's still there, watching over everything with quiet country care. The fields once filled with laughter now are whispering with corn. The barn that held our secrets stands tired and weather-worn. We used to chase the lightning bugs until the night grew bold, believing every summer, man, we never grow old. But time can be a stranger you don't see passing by, until you catch your reflection in a window and wonder why they're only shadows of the old days flickering on the wall. Memories like lanterns that rise and softly fall. They can be touched or carried, they don't belong to now, but they live inside the heart somehow. Yeah, they're shadows, shadows of the old days. I walk on the fence line where we carved our clumsy names. Half the letters faded, but the meaning stays the same. The creek still sings a melody beneath the leaning trees. Somewhere in the distance I can hear us in the breeze. The past becomes a story we tell ourselves at night, a comfort and a warning wrapped inside the light. Just shadows of the old days dancing in the dusk, tasting like the sweetness of forgotten trust. They haunt us when we're weary, they hold us when we're brave, guiding like the paths we never paved. Maybe every echo has a truth we left behind, a gentle little lesson carved into the mind. And even when we wander farther than we planned, those shadows keep reminding us exactly who we are. I close my eyes and I'm a child again. Shadows of the old days fading with the dawn, still they draw a map for me of where I first belonged. I carry them in silence like a promise I can't say. Let the shadows of the old days light my way. The gate swings slowly backward, the morning feels brand new. Yet all the quiet yesterday keeps shining through. The evening settles softens, crickets sing where rivers flow. We circle around the burning globe, letting go of what we know. No stage, no plans, no need to prove, just hearts that finally learn to move. And every flicker, every spark feels like courage in the dark. We've carried miles inside our chests, chasing answers, chasing rest. But here the questions melt away like snow at break of day. The firelight keeps our secrets, holds them gently, never speaks it. All the stories we can't say, find a softer place to stay. We don't need to name our weakness, not tonight, the flame will keep it. While the world keeps turning fast, let this moment simply last. Laugh at things that once felt huge, old mistakes we can't undo. Someone wipes a quiet tear, no one asks what brought it here. The night is wide, the stars are kind, and they don't judge the tangled mind. And somehow in this simple life, wrong and right stop needing fights. All the scars we try to hide glow like embers side by side, not as failures, not as shame, just chapters with our names. 'Cause the firelight keeps our secrets, holds them gently, never speaks it. Every truth we fear to show finds a safer way to glow. We don't need to plead or preach it, we just breathe and let it reach us. While the world demands the best, here we're free to just be less. When morning comes to take the night, pockets full of light. No grand goodbye, no final prayer, just knowing we were honest there. Yes, the firelight keeps our secrets, guarding dreams before we keep them. If tomorrow pulls us wide, we'll still feel this warm inside. Every doubt and every weakness turn to softness, turn to sweetness. In this circle near the heat, firelight keeps our secrets. The ashes fade, the silence stays, and somehow we feel brave. Wrote our names in dust upon the barnyard door, sang our favorite songs across the old road. Summer nights were endless and the future felt so wild. We never thought that time would take us to opposite sides. Photographs are fading in a box beneath a bed. Letters full of dreams we never finished reading spread. Some roads turned to highways, others disappeared. And somewhere in the distance, all the noise grew clear. We don't see the chapter ending till the page is already turned. And only then we notice all the lessons that we learned. These are the stories we leave behind, written in the laughter and the tears we try to hide, carved into the echoes of the moments intertwined, lingering like shadows in the corners of the mind. We can't take every memory when we cross that line. So we trust the story we leave behind. I hear the porch swing creaking in the early dawn, like it's keeping record of the days that have gone on. Neighbors come and go, but the earth still turns the same, holding every footprint in the afterglow of rain. Time can feel like stealing, but it's given to, trading what we thought we wanted for a clearer view. These are the stories we leave behind. Softness fading candlelight, gentle on the mind. They travel like the swallow to the places undefined, finding hearts that need them when they're running out of time. We don't choose how long they stay or how they're redefined. We just live the story we leave behind. Maybe someday someone will hum a tune we knew and feel a sudden warmth without knowing why it grew. Maybe they'll find courage in a sentence that we spoke, or comfort in the echo of a promise never broke. Every life's a lantern that flickers, then it glows. So here's to all the chapters that never were complete, to every quiet failure that made our hearts beat. When all the noise is over and the world grows kind, we become the stories we leave behind. The fire turns to ashes, the sky begins to clear, but the stories live forever, year to year. There's dust upon the dashboard and memories in the air. The sky's painted golden like the days we used to share. We drove with open windows, the the future wide and new, laughing at the little things on roads we once knew. The signs kept passing by like chapters left behind. We swore that we remember every mile and every line on the roads we once knew. Everything felt right. Summer wind was singing as the day turned into night. We were young and restless, chasing every view, leaving footprints on the highway, roads we once knew. I still recall the moments when silence felt like peace, the way the world slowed down and let our worries cease. We talked about forever like it was something we could hold, but time keeps moving forward and the stories turn to gold. And even when the seasons change their shades and hues, I still hear our laughter echo softly through the blue. On the roads we once knew, lanterns in the dark, dreams were burning quietly like an ember's gentle spark. If I could turn around and take that drive with you, I'd ride the fading daylight, the roads we once knew. Maybe life is just a journey that never truly ends. We lose a few directions, we find a few new friends, but somewhere in the distance, where old horizons glow, there's a piece of who we were on every path we chose. On the road we once knew, where yesterday still shines, written in the corners of our hearts like painted lines. I'll carry all those moments, honest, pure and true, wherever I keep walking, roads we once knew. The fire slowly quiets, the night is almost through, but my heart keeps traveling down roads we once knew. The road was made of questions and a map I couldn't read, a suitcase full of promises and half-forgotten dreams. I chased 1,000 sunsets thinking one might make me stay, but every town I wandered through just whispered, not today. I tried to build a future out of things that wouldn't last, stacking all my yesterdays like towers from the past. Faces turned to memories and names began to fade, but something in the quiet kept calling out my name. You can walk for miles and never really move until your heart decides what's true. And that's the way home. It isn't on a compass, it isn't on a sign. It lives inside the moments that gently realign. It's the prayer you never say loud, but somehow still gets known, the place where you that's the way home. I stood beside the river, watching branches float away. Thought about the choices I let carry me astray. The wind began to soften, the sky began to clear, and every doubt I carried felt a little less like fear. Sometimes the truth is simple, but it waits till you are still. Then it opens like a door you never thought you'd feel. That's the way home. A lantern in the darkness, a whisper through the trees, a memory that comforts like a summer breeze. It doesn't shout or shine like gold, it finds you all alone, and quietly it tells you you've always known. Maybe home's a person, maybe home's a prayer, maybe it's the courage to show up and care. Maybe it's forgiveness for the roads we chose to roam, and learning that the journey was part of coming home. I take a breath, the night feels kind, the stars fall back in line, and now I'm on the way home. Not turning back the pages, just letting them belong. Walking with a heart that finally feels strong. If tomorrow brings a storm again, I won't be on my own, because love has found the path for me. And that's the way home. The fire slowly settles, the shadows drift and blend. Sometimes the longest road leads right back to where it all began.